Hi, we're back from Made for Mums. We're here for a catch up on all the great stories that we've been hearing, reading about, writing about, posting about, all to do with parenting and everything else that has just been making us either cross or laugh or, I don't know, just tear our hair out sometimes this week. But thank you for joining us, and what we want to do this week is we've got a fantastic prize. Helen, what are we offering this week?
We have a selfie mic. I think you can all see it there, which is a way for you to karaoke, but also video what you're doing and watch it back later. It's one of the must-have toys for this Christmas.
Indeed, yes. I'm sure you've probably seen we've got the top-selling toys that the shops have said are going to sell out, and obviously at number one is good old Hatchimals. But selfie mic has been really popular, hasn't it?
It has, it really has.
Incredible.
And if you want to see how it works, we've got a video of how it works on our Made for Mum Toys YouTube channel.
Yeah, we have indeed. And I'm already hearing Christmas Day with all those people going, and parents thinking, yes, what a great present. So we want to start today talking about a story that came out yesterday and has had such a reaction from you guys on Facebook, and it's Tom Hardy. The announcement that Tom Hardy is going to be the presenter of the CBBS. It's the story time, isn't it? Nighttime on New Year's Eve. He's going to read the story, and it seems to be quite a popular decision, quite a popular choice.
I think we have to stay in a little bit before we go out on New Year's Eve.
Oh yes, we got a picture. Here we go. Look, he's lovely, and he's even got a little dog.
I think the dog's reading the bedtime story too.
Ah, okay, that's cool. That's cool. I wonder if he realised quite what reaction he would have. Very interesting. And we've been talking in the office, haven't we, about who we would like to read. I mean, I think Tom Hardy was definitely a popular choice in the office. But so Helen, how about you? If you had the choice of anyone, who would you want to be sitting there listening to?
I've got quite a long list actually.
Go on then.
I think I agree, but lots of people are posting Jatham Statham.
Oh right.
Yes.
Oh, so a kind of all action type
that has to be a proper action story. And Aidan Turner, Poles
Up. Of course.
I don't know if anyone posted this, but I've got quite a soft spot for I can't never pronounce his name. I think it's Cillian Murphy.
With the cheekbones. Yeah. Very nice. Oh yes, he'd be quite a sort of. It'd be quite dark.
You'd have to do a dangerous story.
Yes. I have to say that one of my favourite is definitely David Tennant, and I know he did, and some of these story times have been actually hugely watched on YouTube and have been because. There turns out that there's quite a market, quite an audience for watching these bedtime
stories. Just watch that one again, shall we?
Yes. And I think we were seeing on our Facebook that parents were almost all sharing and saying, hey, you can have our kids so you can watch this on New Year's Eve. I mean, I can actually think of maybe better things to be doing on New Year's Eve. But there we go. I guess in the warm-up too, before your kids go to sleep. And I have to admit, we were talking about it, and I have to say, Mr. Jose Mourinho, with his, I know, but it's just, anyway, that's my thing. So we'll move on swiftly. And I want to talk about a new trend. We always love to hear about new trends. Is it a great trend? Is it a lovely thing? Is it extra pressure? It's the Christmas Eve box. And what's in the Christmas Eve box, or what is it?
Well, that's the thing, it's growing. So I think it used to be something some parents did, just give a little present on Christmas Eve. And now it's a thing.
Right.
So you pack a little box full of presents to give your child on Christmas Eve. So it's almost like, here are your Christmas Eve presents, and then here are your Christmas presents. It's becoming a big thing. And some people love it, and some people, I think, are thinking, oh no, that's 2 Christmases and 2 lots of presents to do.
I have to say, absolutely, that, I don't know, I love the whole tradition thing, but once you introduce it one year, that's it.
Going.
That's the whole thing with Elf on the Shelf, isn't it? You can be really creative, and they can do little scenarios every day, and scared little signs and all of this, and then you think, oh, next year, and the year after, and the
maybe
year
I've
after.
got more children by then, so that's double.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, but at the same time, that whole thing of fantastic Christmas, little secrets, little surprises, little things you can do,
really nice.
And you know, there are lovely extra things you can do that if you can't find the time to do a box, and that feels like more presents, then you can do things like make little sort of Santa footprints who come on Christmas Eve night. You can see, you can sort of do really, really funky things. You can also even get like a message from Santa. There are places even on Christmas Eve. So check us out for, we've got kind of lovely Santa messages that you can get, and they're video ones. You can even give you a call. Amazing, because you think he's kind of rather busy.
You can track him as well, can't you?
Yeah, and you can track him on Christmas Eve. So I think if you're someone who loves that kind of thing, then that's great. But if you don't, there are other things you can do that are much less time.
Or you could do something little. I think
changing.
We always used to do pyjamas, which I bought anyway as a Christmas present, and became a Christmas Eve thing. And that was quite nice, because here's your present, isn't it exciting? Get into them and go to bed.
But Christmas pyjamas are a thing now.
Exactly.
They're a thing, like Christmas jumpers, and they're just, there's so many things. We do like things at MadeForMums. And tell me now, we're going to move on to something which is perhaps for you guys. Oh, and I think we've actually got a couple of comments. So, Elizabeth, you're behind the camera, and we're not actually in a field. It kind of feels like it's beautiful, but it's a room with a lovely view, kind of thing. So, Elizabeth, can you tell us what some of our users have been saying?
So we've got Charlotte Littlewood says that the Santa tracker is her favourite.
We love it. It's got a little Tetris.
And then people love the PJs idea. One person has a friend who always does PJs in the Christmas Eve box, and then Gemma Hinkins also says it's a lovely idea.
Yeah, it is. And do you know what? They do then get into the pyjamas, which is half the trouble, isn't it, on Christmas Eve, trying to get them to bed.
Yes.
So it is actually a way
Totally.
Not that I thought of that when I introduced it.
No, and you want them to go to bed so they're sound asleep for all the things that are going to go on that night. Yes, you want them sound asleep. That's fantastic. Oh, that's great. Well, keep those coming because you can win.
The selfie mic.
And in our excitement,
so excited,
we have completely destroyed the studio, but now we're back. That's really good. You can see this is live. So we're going to move on to something else that can be a bit of a disaster, depending on your child. It's Parents' Evening. Helen, how about you and Parents' Evening? Where do you sit? And what's kind of prompted? What's the story about Parents' Evening?
The story is actually from a parent in Scotland who's proposed. I think she's quite an important parent in Scotland, a chair over somebody. And she has said she thinks Parents' Evenings should be scrapped. They're a waste of time. Each parent only gets 10 minutes with a teacher. In that 10 minutes, what can you really discuss? Half the time, because they've got so many children to do interviews with, that teachers may forget which child is which, and not really sure who your child is, and it all feels a bit of a scrum, and you're running around from teacher to teacher, and it's all just stressful and horrible. And if anything really serious comes up, the teacher goes, your child's not achieving, then you've got 10 minutes, you can't really do anything.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I have to say though, I have no idea what I'd do without Parents' Evenings. They are the only time I really have contact with the school, and it's just that you have these really short periods, and I don't know if anyone of you do this, and anyone watching us does this at all, but you know how they have like the results of everyone else's child like sitting there? Well, they do.
I read them upside down.
And my daughter said that we went to one the other day, and I went, oh, so did quite well, didn't? And she went, oh, Mum, I can't believe it. And it's like, well, I'm really sorry. I just learnt it. It's one of those parent tricks. I think it's definitely one of those skills you get to do very quickly, quick reading of what other people. And obviously don't do this at home. But I just think, I don't know, you cannot scrap Parents' Evenings because that is the time. And especially if you're working mum, or you've got other stuff going on, you know, you get this little chunk of time. So I think a no on that one, however difficult they are.
It would be nice to do it a different way, or I don't know. It just feels a bit...
Yeah. Well, it's conveyor belt as well, isn't it? Like one parent in, one parent out. They always run late.
Yeah, and I suppose my one is I want 3 hours about my child.
It isn't.
There are 30 other children in the class, so that's not going to happen.
Yeah, well, so moving on, we kind of look at, you know, what we're experiencing in school, but going back a little bit to those early days when everything is so full on at home, and but from the outside, and we know particularly social media now, it's about, for many people, it's about presenting this wonderful look of parenting that, hey, my life is amazing, my house is beautiful, look, I've done this fantastic Instagram picture or pictures of us on holiday. And there was one picture that really caught our attention.
Yes, it's this one here. I'll try not to knock everything over this time. So this is a mum with her beautiful son here. And you think, oh, what a lovely picture. And then if you look underneath at the caption, she says, actually, you wouldn't know, but when this picture was taken, I was on the loo doing a poo.
No, no. So hang on. You're on the loo, busy on the loo. You've got your son on you, and you've then get your phone out and take a selfie.
Yes, I know.
Wow.
But I think her point was.
And she does actually look really beautiful.
She does. I don't know.
The makeup's on.
Yes.
The lipstick's on. It's all kind of perfect.
But it did make me laugh because it did remind me of how that time in the early days when your toddler's running around into everything and you really just can't go and have a poo.
No,
on your
absolutely,
own.
absolutely,
The whole time.
absolutely. And if you do shut the bathroom door, then you just hear them. Oh no, and almost like the scratching outside. Mum, have you finished? Oh dear, the 5 minutes peace book. I remember someone gave that to me. To go, look, it happens to elephants too, you know, we all have it. So, and if you haven't seen the book, then they're elephants, they're a family of elephants, and she never gets any peace, the mum. And they all come and join her in the bath, because, you know, you try and have a bath or a shower. It's kind of trying to carve out that little time. And I guess with social media now, we kind of document everything. So I guess, you know, the loos, there's no holds barred now, you know.
In a way, she looks beautiful, and she's the type of person I think who would have put up beautiful selfies. And it's quite nice to see somebody going, actually, behind this story, there's something else. This picture, there's something else. Which I think applies to a lot of us. I've got a lot of family pictures.
Yeah.
Which actually, if you knew what was happening in the background.
Yeah. So if you've got any of those, guys, we want to see them, and then we'll try and guess what was really going on. Yeah. And Elizabeth, we got anything else? I saw we got some people talking about going to a carol service is a lovely thing to do on Christmas Eve. Is it anything else that people are saying? Just more traditions, really. They love their traditions.
Christmas Eve hot chocolate and watching a movie.
Oh yes,
that's
yes.
a good idea.
That's lovely. That's lovely. Yes.
And more for the Santa tracker.
Yeah.
Excellent. Oh, and we can see Gemma Baker saying she loves the 5 minutes peace book. Yes, because it's exactly what they do. I couldn't agree more. It's fantastic. So I think we're ready for our last story. But before our last story, one more go with the prize this week.
There it is.
The fabulous selfie mic. And equally fabulous, we're going to talk about Keira Knightley. And she is quite a private person. She's obviously had her first child. And she's managed to, again, keep a lot, you know, she's not photographed a lot, she doesn't talk a lot about it. So really interesting to see when she was doing she did an interview, quite an open interview, and she talked quite a lot about her life as a mum. And the thing that really caught our eye was around Christmas and the Christmas meal. And we probably, you know, I'm sure you guys have also had that whole thing where you sit down. Well, actually, it's really stressful because you know if you've got toddlers or baby, they're not going to make that long Christmas meal. Oh my God, what a nightmare. And that can go on, I think, in our house for about 4 or 5 years. Because, of course, they don't want the boring food, do they, either? That's not, no. And they go, oh, adults talk so much or so boring, and hey, you argue and things. And anyway, she found, so I think her child is about 18, 19 months, and she found a kind of novel way of trying to get around that. What did she do? I think she did an actual practice run.
Yes, she's been making practice Christmas dinners, or roasts, I think, to be fair, and then practicing with her daughter sitting down quietly and eating dinner. That's up to her.
Now, would you do that? That is so interesting. I wouldn't. I just don't think I'd have the time to even think about a practice run with all the
just makes
the
me
food.
feel really tired just thinking.
Oh, it does,
really
totally.
tired.
You've got to order all the stuff. Maybe she was doing the practice because she was practicing herself for a big meal, so it was all going to, you know, everything, a bit MasterChef, you know, you kind of practice it before you do your signature dish, something like that.
Plus, I mean, her daughter's only 18, 19 months, and I don't know, I don't think anyone can sit still for
No,
long then, can they?
no. You have to kind of put them there and then take them off and let them
It's
be
Christmas
somewhere
Day,
and then
they
carry
can
on.
watch the telly or
Yes,
or whatever.
and
I
play
think
with one of their
day,
toys
really,
and run
yeah.
underneath the table. I
Yeah,
seem to remember there was quite a lot of that.
I spent several days under the table running after children.
And all the food. And the other thing we loved was that she was talking about how her baby, who's 19 months, used a rather colourful 4-letter word.
It might be the F-bomb,
I think it might have been when I think there had been stuff on the television about Donald Trump winning the American presidential election, and apparently this 19-month-old then turned around and made this sound. Now, my gut feel is it was a sound that sounded like the F-bomb. Can't believe that a 19-month-old, well, surely there's no way they could have the kind of wherewithal to think, oh, Donald Trump, that's how I feel. Bit of a strange one, but interesting. And I assume,
sure.
and she did say that she's just repeating everything.
Yes, and that's the thing, isn't it? They pick up what you say. I'm sure we've all got a story, haven't we, of things our children have said in public that was obviously repeating something that we've said before, whether that's a swear word or just something really embarrassing. Like, well, but Mummy says she doesn't like you, Auntie so-and-so, you know, that sort of thing. Idiots.
Absolutely. I just, and it's totally that sort of, I thought you and so-and-so couldn't sit at the same table, or why are you sitting over there, all those kind of things. And the swearing thing is just, you hear it, I mean, to me, it's usually kind of in the car, and then they go, why have you done, or they just repeat it, and you think, oh, did I really say that? So, and what are we, Elizabeth, any more stuff that we're hearing at all about, a little bit about Christmas and doing nice things at Christmas?
So Nicola had thought about Kira's preparation plan, and she said, I think that the toddlers will sense stress, and you shouldn't stress at Christmas.
Oh, she's so right.
Absolutely, couldn't agree more.
It's just about being chilled, isn't it?
It is.
And it's the one day that you should not worry about.
Yeah. Impossible, but I think that's a perfect note for us to end on. Stress-free Christmas.
Oh, yes,
we can dream, One more go. Selfie mic, here we come.
Someone's going to win it.
Thank you for your comments. Want to hear some more from you guys, but that's absolutely brilliant. Come and join us again in a couple of weeks' time, and keep watching because we've got loads of more Facebook Lives, different events coming up over the next couple of weeks.
And things to give away.
Yeah.
Each time.
See you then.
Bye.
Bye.